Breaking the barrier of the Sub-20 might look hard, but in this video I have lots of tips for you guys. So many people think for being Sub-20 they need better hardware, but in general if you have a cube which turns properly and corner cut, that's great. But if you have really old cube or those $1 store cubes, I recommend you to buy a new cube. Obviously if you're buying a new cube, I'd also recommend you to buy some loops like Rex's 50K. That being said, let's jump right into the actual things. You can basically use any method to be Sub-20 like CFOB, RU, ZZ, whatever, but the methods I recommend you to learn is either CFOB, neither RU. So basically in today's video I'm going to go for CFOB, and maybe RU video to come in the future. So CFOB has 4 steps as its name. The first step is solve the cross, and the second step is solve the first 2 layers together, and then you give a OL algorithm which you're gonna orient the last layer, and PL algorithm which just solves the cube. Now starting from cross, your cross solution might be under 8 moves or less, and you need to execute this thing faster. So when I'm giving you one quick tip is obviously go for things which are more finger friendly, not like move saving. And in a solve your cross might be done under like 3 seconds, and that's pretty good. Like that. Maybe that wasn't the best solution, but that's done really quickly. For F12, if you know the intuitive F12, that's really good. But for being Sub-20, you just need to go a little bit furthermore. So one thing people actually make mistake in the stage is taking edges out and pairing them up. For example, here, if you just take it out randomly, it would not be a great case. But if you just take it out like that, that is a good case. You can just insert it like that. Obviously you need to remember one thing, that you might know how to insert them in the back slots like that, and also in the left slots, because many people actually don't like to use L moves, but you need to use them because they're really helpful. And another thing, try to make the back pairs first. Now you cannot do this all the time, but actually if you see examples of pro cubers, they just try to make the back pairs first. I think that actually gives them the opportunity to just do the last 2 pairs really easily. Now another quick tip is you need to learn some advanced F12 algorithms. Oopsie, not too much, but you need to learn some of them. For example, this case. So if you don't know how to solve it, you might split it up and then solve it, but there's a really good algorithm for solving it which goes like that, and which is really fast. For oil, if you know the full oil, that's super good, but seriously learning the full oil is a lot of time consuming thing. There are 57 algorithms, although if you start learning, the algorithms aren't that hard. Case is this one, you just do a front and this thing 2 times and front prime. So the OL algorithm is really good. You can learn the easy ones and the most important ones. So to look OL, it's great. And for PL, I would recommend you to learn the whole 21 full PL. The reason is PL actually isn't that much if you think something like OL. So I'd recommend you to learn all the PL algorithms. Obviously for learning PL, like me in my stage for learning PL, I just took a note of algorithms and learn like without finger tricks. I recommend you to just go on YouTube, search PL algorithms and CFOB, and then just get a video, just slow it down and then see how they're giving each and every single move. For example, this thing. Oopsie. Like, you need to do it in a good finger trick, otherwise making bad finger tricks are super bad habit. So go on YouTube and watch some videos. I have some videos on PL, but that is not enough. Maybe I'd make video in the future. So click subscribe if you want to watch that. I'm going to talk about the cross to FTL transition. This might be the most powerful thing in cubing. Better cubers can do this like extremely fast. They can even solve with the X cross. Sometimes we even see people to just plan entire double X cross. Obviously that's like too much for being sub 20. You do not need all of these things, but seriously what you need for being sub 15 is doing cross to F12 without even pausing. And we're gonna take just a little bit of it in our sub 20 and make it a little bit faster. I think this really helps, at least to me. So what happens when you just solve the cross? Sometimes you might not find anything else. So I've solved the cross. Where's everything? Where my first F-flip pair is? And this happened to me that I couldn't find any good F-flip pair, and it turned to be a really bad solve. This actually happened like when I was not sub 20. So now I'm gonna giving you a little bit tips how to get rid of this. So when you do the cross, you might. So before doing the cross, you have some time to inspect. Usually have 15 seconds to inspect. So in that inspection time, you might plan your entire cross. For example, for this cross, I know I'm gonna put the red, and then I'm going to work with this too. So, and then you need, when you just start the timer and start doing solves, we're not gonna think anymore about this cross. I'm gonna just do it without even thinking about it. And what that helps us is to see other things. And when you're seeing other things, you can just pick your first F-flip pair really easily for going to a solve. Another quick example. So for this, we have this and this one. So this is a little bit easier. So for this, I'm gonna just insert it and it will come off, and I'm gonna solve that, right? So just visualize what moves and what type of finger trick you're going to do. For finger trick, obviously remember that do which is more finger friendly. So I have a solution for this, but that's not super good. So let's do this. So that's like that. Now like that wasn't that fast, but you need to execute that a little bit. So one thing is, when you execute this, don't go super fast or you cannot sometimes even see things. Obviously try to not be super slow, like this, just like that, maybe, I'm not sure, like that. And so you have some freedom to see other things. Last example. So I'm saying I'm really bad at examples. Okay, so this looks really good. So I have this too, really interesting, but this is really bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve this two in the back, and later up I'm going to deal with this. Now what I can see is this too. It's really good. So I'm not even thinking of the cross, and I'm gonna go for this. And while doing this, I try to find other, like this one, try to solve it, and just pause and see other things and solve it. So it'd be like flawless. Oh, what the hell, I just did. Yeah, so I just did a little bit mistake, don't take it in mind. So now this is going to be a really bad habit which I had. You might not have this, but I had this. So when you see people are doing like pauseless solves, you might think I also need. So for making my solves pauseless, I just pretend to do some things which I shouldn't do. So don't do that. Try to do things which you need to do. Don't do unnecessary moves, because that's going to slow you down. And for being sub 20, needs some sort of look ahead stuff. So I'm not saying go for look ahead if you are not super good at after all, but I think for being sub 20 you need look ahead. So that for being good at look ahead, you need to know some good FTL algorithms, some FTL tricks. For example, this one. So this is keyhole. I'm gonna solve this with keyhole like that. Yeah, that's keyhole. And you need to know things pretty greatly for F2O because that's going to help you a lot in the long run. Obviously, make sure to just watch some videos on cross-default transaction. Maybe I couldn't explain it really greatly, so you need really need that when you're just going to go in the next level. Obviously, for being sub 20, just taking a little bit of it is going to make work done. So that's all I think about it. So I maybe make the video a little bit cringe today because I'm not making videos like for a long time. So anyways, I hope you like this video, and if you like it, so like, and thanks for watching guys. See you in the next one.